What is serverless computing? Serverless computing means you write and deploy your code without managing your servers. You don't need to worry about OS patching, scaling, capacity planning while increasing the traffic. Everything will be managed by your cloud provider, say for example AWS. One most popular AWS serverless service is AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda is a compute service, serverless compute service where you don't need to worry about scaling and other stuff. Everything will be managed by AWS. You only have to worry about like creating your code in your choice of runtime. Say for example Node.js or a Python, you can create your code. You need to just create your business logic and deploy it on AWS Lambda, and it will handle running that case. If you are startup and suddenly increasing your traffic after going globally, everything related to scaling will be taken care by that serverless compute, means the cloud provider behind the scenes by using container and other stuff. So serverless computing is one of the good way to go faster to the market, pay as you go model. Don't worry about infrastructure management and a lot of other pros and cons about that. Cons is sometimes there will be a spin up time required Lambda, right? When it will be it will score start time. So there is some other stuff will be related to that. When you work with serverless computing, you need to understand different pattern like event driven patterns that will help, like how event driven application work. Say for example, if you want to build a some application where we can upload the image and it will resize and stored into the storage. So at that time we are using S3 to upload our image, and then it will trigger the Lambda function. Lambda function will resize that image and store it back to S3, which is a object storage service, right? So that way event driven serverless application work very well without thinking about the managing servers and infrastructure. So there are a lot of AWS serverless services in AWS. Say for example Lambda for building API, there is API gateway for on the database side there is a DynamoDB. For distributing the application traffic, there is a SQS, SNS services. There will be a step function to orchestrate your workflow. There will be step function services, event bridge services to route the events. So there are a lot of different serverless services options are there. So start learning, do hands-on, subscribe my channel for more on AWS.